Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my SCUM videos. So today I'm just going to quickly show you a trick I've been using for a while and it still works after a year, so it's a pretty good one. It's how to hide a box. Now, I tend to hide boxes under bushes and I kind of leave them out in the open. They're usually sort of things I use, they're just transient. I don't really stash stuff too long because the very nature of the game means that there's a lot of wipes, or you're getting killed, or somebody will find the box. So I don't tend to bother with base building at all. But what I do like to do is this: if I want to keep some extra special loot, I do the following. I go up to a tree, I find a particularly nice large tree, preferably with a lot of bushes around, but in this case I just want to show the example of how to hide stuff. I go up to the tree, and this is what I call the magic loot tree. So I chop down the tree. There we go, okay. And I've just made a note previously where the tree kind of was placed, and it was just here on the side of the rocks, just where this log is, so you can't really build anything right here. So I'm just gonna move this log actually out of the way. Basically just drop it there. Drop that there. I'll move this one as well just to make sure. Okay. As well, just drop that there. Okay, so the tree is going to probably reappear just here, just next to where these rocks are. So always make a note what's on the ground. Okay, right. So I'm going to chop these into planks. So I need the 8 planks, and I've got a couple of pieces of scrap on me, so I can make a box. There we go. Let's cut that into wooden planks. Cool. Right. Yeah, unfortunately that has appeared there. I'll pick it up. Okay, let's craft up the box. Okay, there you go. I'll put it right there. In fact, I'm going to try and spin it around. So it's going to appear right there. Okay, let's do that. Right, so that's where my chest is, and what I'll do is I'll just put the bolts in there just to show. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll just wait for the tree to respawn, and hopefully it should be completely covered. Now, it might not be completely covered, which is why you may have the odd corner sticking out. So if you're very paranoid, build it in an area, or build it by a tree that's got a lot of shrubs around it to be extra safe. But now we'll just wait just to prove the point. So we'll check back once the tree has respawned. Right guys, so we're back. The trees have respawned. I went off, made myself a cup of tea, logged off, logged back in, and here they are. So as we can see, it looks like my placement was a little bit off when I was building the chest, but the theory still holds true. So one thing I've noticed here, now this didn't used to happen before, if I press vicinity, you can't see anything. You used to be able to see the chest, so this is good and this is bad. It forces you to know the lay of the land, and you've really got to know your sort of location of where you bury it so you can find the tree again. And well, it's good because people can't find it. So if somebody was like here, and for whatever reason they were like, I don't know, doing a pee, doing some inventory, had a look in the vicinity, they'd spot your chest, but now they'd never see it. So normally, not a big issue though, because as I said, I build these kind of things right next to bushes and whatnot. So trees with bushes and other bits of flora and fauna, that becomes kind of pretty much impossible to spot. So not perfect, but here's one I made, I was going to say made earlier, but I made it later. This one here, this one is perfection. And this is why you've really got to know the lay of the land, because I don't know why the logs are still there. I noticed this when you log in and out, the logs will stay, but these would eventually disappear. So unless you really know your location and where you've hidden it, it'd be hard to spot, because that is almost the perfect hidden chest in a tree. So just to prove it, I'll show you. I'll just chop it down. Right, and there we go. There's our chest, right in the middle of the tree. So that was a perfect placement. So that, in conclusion, is how I make magic loot trees. I hope you found that useful. Think about liking and subscribing if you did find it useful, and I will see you next time. So until then, my friends, This is HitKelt, signing off.